Hey everyone, I'm so excited today, and we'll be looking at some hands-on experience that will help us to navigate our career as a cybersecurity. So today, welcome back to Secure with Franca. So today we'll be diving into how to use Wireshark to analyze log in traffic over unencrypted protocol like HTTP and FTP. In a safe and a controlled environment, such like the one we're using right now, this is a great way to understand how data move through network and why encryption matters. It is important that encryption of data is very, very important because you wouldn't want to use protocol like FTP that transmit data over plain text because this will allow unauthorized users to have access to your credentials such as password or your user name. Before we start, a quick and but important disclaimer. This demo is for educational purposes only. Never sniff a network, never sniff a traffic on a network if you do not own that network or if you are not granted permission to monitor. We are doing this on our private lab network and we are using credentials that has been tested. As you can see, I'm going to be using my Windows and my Linux, and you can see both of them are running on Oracle Virtual Box. So again, do not use sniffing software to access network that you are not permitted to monitor. So we'll be utilizing Wireshark software, so we'll be able to sniff a network, and also we'll be utilizing the FileZilla. The FileZilla is what we're going to be using as our FTP. You know, FTP protocol comes in a plain text, transmit data over a plain text. So we're going to be using FTP. So before we start, you can see that I already have the FileZilla server, sorry, running on my Windows machine. So we'll be installing, I'm going to walk you through how to install FileZilla on your Windows machine. And I'm going to be using Wireshark on my colleague Linux because it's already pre-built into the operating system. You can also, if you want to decide to use to install Wireshark on your Windows, you can go ahead and do that. But because it's already been pre-built on the Kalik Linux, so I will just be using the pre-built one on the Kalik. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to check my IP address and see if my IP can communicate, if my network can communicate with the other network. Okay. So this is my colleague. I'm right here on the terminal. I'm just going to check for the IP address first. So it's going to be if config, as you already know. I enter that. It tells me what my IP address is, which is 192.168.1 and 5. Then I'll come to my Windows and just put in the CMD to pull up command prompts. And once I have that running, I'll just put IP config to see the IP address to ensure that both of them are on the same network. So my IP address is 192.168.1 and 4. They are both running on the same network. Then I want to see if both of them are communicating. Then before I would proceed into running the Wireshark. So I'm just going to put, as you can see, IP. I'm just going to ping. I'm going to ping the Windows. So I have ping 192.168.1.4. This is the IP address of this Windows. So I want to make sure that both of them are communicating. So I put it in, I enter. You can see that my colleague can communicate with my Windows operating system. So I'm going to stop it by just putting Control Z, and that's going to stop running. Then I'm also going to run the same on my Windows. I want to see if my Windows will be able to communicate with my colleague Linux. So I'm just going to put the IP address of the colleague 192.168 1, and that's a 5, right? So that's it. So I'm just going to enter. You can see that my Windows can also communicate with my colleague. So that means that we can proceed knowing fully well that our two machines that we want to use for this hands-on experience is going to communicate with each other. Okay, so I'm just going to be closing this down. So go to your Windows 11. If you have Windows 10, you can also use that if that's what you're using. So go to your Windows and just go to Google. So I'm just going to type that in. So once you get to Google, open it, and since we're going to be using um, FileZilla and we want to use that as our FTP protocol, so just type in under Google FileZilla. So it's going to bring you here. So once it populates the FileZilla information, click on download. Okay, so once it downloads, it brings you here, it populates this. Click on download FileZilla client. Okay, so we are not purchasing, we're just using it for free. Just click on download. So it's going to download, okay? So it's going to download. So I'm not going to download this because I already have it downloaded. So I'm just going to stop this, okay? I already have it downloaded. So once you have your FileZilla, you open it, okay? Once you open it, you just go through the configuration, use the default configuration, meaning I just keep clicking on next, next, next. You don't have to put any password because it's going to require you to put a password. Don't put any password, okay? Just keep clicking on next, next, and next. So that's what we're going to be using the default files. So once you're done with installing of your FileZilla, you're going to see the administration interface FileZilla populates the square. Just in case it doesn't come up for you like this, just in case once you're done with the installation of the FileZilla, it doesn't populate like this, just click on administrator Zilla server, FileZilla server. Click on it and it's going to come up with this. So you're connect to the server. Okay. So once you're here, please do not enter the password. Just click OK. Like I say, you don't need a password for this. Click OK. Once you click OK, just close this. Okay. So it's showing you this is ready. It's telling you successfully connected. So the next thing you're going to do is just click on the server. Once you click there, go to configure. Once you click on configure, it's going to populate this setting for server. So if you can see, we have the port 21 and we have explicit FTP over TLS and insecure plain FTP. So we're going to be using this, okay, because we want to demonstrate how credentials can be stolen if we use unencrypted protocol. So you click on user. So once you click on user, just click OK with that. Once you click on user, we're going to say, okay, we're going to give a name to our user. No, let's not enable our user. Just click on user. As you can see, I already have some names here before. Click on add. So you're going to add user. So let's think about the name that we're going to use. Let's use Peter. Let's assume that Peter is the user, okay? Once that is done, let's put password for Peter because we're going to sniff Peter's credentials. So let's put password for Peter. Let's say Peter's password is Peter1234. Let me try it again. I think I didn't enter it very well. Peter Peter 1234. That's Peter. Then you click apply. Click apply. You're going to see as though there's nothing there. There is a password there. Okay. Then you click OK. Now we have Peter. You ask us Peter's account set up under the FileZilla server. So I'll go to my colleague. I'm just going to log into my colleague and log into my colleague, and then I'll go straight to the Wireshark. So because we're going to be using Wireshark software to sniff and capture packets. So I'm just going to type Wireshark. If it doesn't come up, you can just type it. So this Wireshark that is already been previewed, then click on it. Then it's going to open up for you. So once you click on it, it's going to open up for you. Then you just click on, remember, please, we're going to be running this on Internet Zero. That's what we're going to be running this. Just in case you don't know that, okay? So, and then you click on the Shark field. So once you click on this, so we're just going to be running our packets to capture our packets. So you can see that it's running already. Then the next thing that you're going to do, you're just going to open a terminal under this garlic. Don't forget that these credentials were configured on my Windows operating system. Uh, but this Wireshark is being run on a colleague. So we're going to see if we can have access to Peter's credential using the software, because Peter's credential is not secured, right? We did not encrypt it. So we just go here and just type in, the first thing we're going to type in is FTP. Yeah, FTP. So once we type in FTP, we open it, open. Then we open it to the IP address of Windows. I know we already have the IP address. Our IP address, again, let me run it so you know the IP address, even though I know it, but just to, so you just type in IP config, and these are IP address. So we're just going to open it to 192.168.1 and 4. Okay, so enter. So it's asking us to enter the name. Don't forget the name is Peter, right? That was Peter. Then it's asking us to put Peter's credentials, which is the password. We did say the password is Peter, P-E-E-R, so Peter 1234. I type it correctly. Yeah, so it's logged on successfully. It logs on successfully. Just remember that this configuration of Peter's information credentials was done on Windows FileZilla. Okay, so we've logged into Peter's account successfully. Now let's go to our Wireshark and see if we're able to generate that information through the software. Okay. So let's just go ahead and click on this to see what our Wireshark has been able to capture. So first of all, you need to stop this. Okay, stop it from capturing and running. So once you do that, you can just type in you can type in by putting the protocol right here to filter what you're looking for. So let's go ahead and just check for, I'm just going to expand this a little so we can see everything here. So I'm just going to scroll down. Let's see where we have it running. Then if the Wireshark was able to capture the credentials of Peter. Okay, so let's go. Yes, you can see here we have the FTP started here. That's what we started running. That's where we started capturing. You see the source here. The source is Calic, which is 1.5. You know, Windows is 1.4, right? 1.4. So this window, And this is the source. This is the source from the Windows IP, and this is the source for the current. So it said the source, it give us the time. You can see the time. It tells us the time, and it tells us also the source. That the source is from this IP address, and this IP address is for Carrick. And the destination is communicating with Windows. That's the destination. And it's using protocol like FTP to send a request. And we're able to detect who the person is. This is Peter. You see Peter, we're able to see that this is Peter. Then the source here is the Windows, which is 1.4. Then the destination is the Kali under protocol. Which protocol is he using? Is using FTP. So right now we are requesting for a specific password. And look at it. After the transaction, after the ST communication, we see he provided us with the password. This is the password. Peter 1234. So whenever we use a protocol that is not encrypted, it exposes our credentials to unauthorized users. People can easily sniff into our network and have access to our credentials if it's not encrypted. We must know that this hands-on today is just to make us understand that it's important that we have our credentials secure, our data secure. And also, you must also know that we can use FTP over, we can use FTP and have it also encrypted. So how do we do that? Let me close this. I'm just going to close this command line. So once you click on the server here, server, click on configure, right? Like just the way we did it before. Instead of explicit FTP over TLS and insecure plain FTP, click on require explicit FTP over TLS. So once you require that, it makes sure that your data is secured. You can see that even during analyzing the traffic, and we're able to see the password and the username was captured um, using Wireshark software. If this helps you understand it more, and please give me a thumb up and also share with your friends who are into IT or who intend to venture into cybersecurity. Drop your comment below, and you will, and if you have any questions, I will also be responding to that. And always subscribe for more deep dive into Wirechark, ethical hacking, and cyber security tools as well.